Recording in progress.
Hello, welcome to Unboxed God, where we detox from religion and discover the God who refuses to fit inside the boxes we were given. I'm Tolu Sarah Johnson, and here we explore who God really is, beyond fear, beyond formulas, and beyond everything we were taught to perform. If you're hungry for a real relationship with Him, you are in the right place. Let's dive in. So now going to chapter 4, still on book 3, when God interrupted the Christianity I built. Chapter 4 is losing the version of you that religion built. You are not losing faith. You are losing the illusion that replaced God. Hallelujah. That deserves an hallelujah. Now, when I look back, I'm grateful that I lost the version of me that religion built. You know, that version that had to continue to toil. Some people will enjoy it. It's become their identity. But for me, and for so many testimonies I've heard about people that left religion, every one of them feel a sense of freedom. They feel a sense of relief. How much more you being here on earth, you never experienced your deliverance or your freedom from religion, then you go to heaven and you're still living in religion as well. You're still being trapped down by religion. It's a sad case because religion holds you back from being your best in God. And after the collapse, for me, after the collapse of religion, came the confrontation that not with the devil, not with other people, not even with God, but with myself. Yes, because each time Papa will say, Tolu, you don't need to do these conversations every day with me. If you're tired, if you don't feel like, it's okay. And the religion with me will be like, how rude. You're going to turn the God of heaven and earth down? You're not going to have an interview with him? At the beginning, when we used to have conversations, Matthew, my friend, would be drinking a cup of coffee. I think he doesn't drink tea, coffee, cordial, just disorganized. And I was thinking, how rude are you, Matthew? You are carrying the voice of God and you are all over the place. Oh, I've relaxed now. I've understood that it's okay. It's okay to be yourself around Papa. You don't need to be structured. You don't need to be organized. You can come. However you present is going to accept you. So I had to confront myself. I had to wrestle with myself. And I will tell you that is the most biggest challenge that I've experienced in religion. I believe what God said, but having to tell myself that the old you has to be removed, the old mask has to fall off for the new identity to come in, has been a journey for me. Not all pleasant, but they've been a journey for me of God deconstructing me from religion. And the version of you that religion built can be quite stubborn. The strong Christian, the faithful servant, the holy example. And you begin to see it unravel under the conversation of God. What am I trying to say? It begins to unravel through the process of having these ongoing conversations with God. It's like there's a mirror that is put in front of me and I could see myself. But even though I can see myself, I still struggle to let that self go. Because in that moment, it felt as if I was falling apart. It felt as if all the discipline that I've learned from religion, I'm becoming too free with God. I'm becoming too indisciplined. That was how I looked at the beginning. But the truth is, you're not falling apart. You are finally falling into truth. And you have to go through that stage yourself as well in yourself, where you're trying to find your identity. Because the identity formed in religion is now different from the identity that formed now in a relationship with Him. Because before I ever met the Father's heart, I have learned a version of myself that looked like the good girl who always did the right thing, the believer who never questioned anything, the servant who never complained, the example everyone admired, the spiritual performer who never slept. Then, do you know that God is really smart? This is how Papa did it. Papa was not just telling me, Todo, these are wrong, these are wrong, these are wrong. It brought the image of His love. He impressed it into my heart through Matthew's life. I saw Matthew right in front of me. This man is not religious, doesn't read the Bible often, doesn't pray, only converse, and is extremely, extremely intimate with God. And I have done all the good girl. I've done all the believer. I've run the race. And it's like my race has not even started because I'm running on the wrong lane. Have you run before when you start running and then you miss the lane? Of course, you're already disqualified. I was not even in the lane. And I thought I was in the race. And then I started believing Papa through the life of Matthew. It's true. I don't need to be all this good girl to be accepted. Look at Matthew. He struggled with addictions and God still loves him recklessly. Why? Yes, because Matthew loves the Father shamelessly. He's not afraid to speak for Him. He's not afraid to do anything for Him. So who else God is going to love? Is it you, the performer, or the one that's given Him everything, even though He's not perfect? And what God was telling me there and then is, Tolu, you don't need to continue to toil like this. Enough! You've done it for 24 years. Your identity was formed in this. And you have to trust me to pull away that identity from you and give you a new identity. Do you trust me? Oh, people watching in heaven, they know my journey. They know how I started. They know how broken I was at the beginning of this journey. And they know who God has turned me to now. He's worked so hard on me to rip off that identity. Oh, it's not been an easy journey. Oh my God. And my life has played out before everyone in heaven. I look back and I ask myself, who has bewitched me? What made me to think that God does not love me? What made me to think I need to continue to prove for Him? What made me think that He's not going to accept my imperfection? And I didn't know how to be a child. In my father's house, I became a slave. I became a servant that is always toiling every day for Him, and my life was so sad. It was so strenuous, exhausting, trying just to prove I proved myself. And he sat right in front of me and he was telling me, you don't need to be this person for me to accept you. I love you the way you are. Now, I don't need approval from any man. I don't need applause from any man. I don't need acceptance from any man. I don't need affirmation from anyone. I just need his love. His love, his love, his love, his love. His love is the one thing that kept me through here. His love is the one that holds me together because he loves me recklessly. Oh my God. And I see it now. I see it, I see it, I see it. And his love is real. It's palpable. And it's something I feel every day. And his love is for the real me, not the perfect me. And because of that, I've got to a stage in my life where I let go perfection. I don't stress myself again to try and prove to him. I just be myself in his presence. It's like a weight that's been lifted up my shoulders. Please, if you are able to listen to this or read this, and you are carrying the weight that God has not put on you, let it go. Let it go. Let him help you. Let loose that bondage of religion. Because I know there's a pain that comes with losing what once protected you. But in the end, it's worth it. Because religion built identity becomes a shield. And you start looking holy, looking strong, looking put together, looking unshakable. Because if people saw the real you, would they still think you were spiritual? Would they still love you? Would they still respect you? Would they still believe in you? So you protect the image, even if it costs your soul. You don't need to prove to anyone. You don't need to make anyone happy. You don't even need to prove to God. Stop protecting your image. Allow God to come in. And God said to me, Tolu, it's time to step out of the costume. And suddenly, the costume began to rip off me bit by bit. The costume of easiness come out of me. I didn't like to be transparent before. The costume of pretending. The costume of performing. Everything started falling off one by one. The costume of shame. They started falling off. The costume of trying. They all fall off. I don't try anymore. I just live for God. And suddenly, you feel naked. You feel exposed. You feel uncertain. You feel confused. You feel lost. Letting go feels like dying. Because a part of you is. But let go. Let go of that dead weight. You don't need it. And God will not build identity on a foundation of fear. It's not going to grow on the foundation of pressure, on the foundation of insecurity, on the foundation of appearance. It's not on the foundation of performance. So it starts dismantling every false belief, every religious expectation. It's taking him 2 years plus and 400 messages to start dismantling them in my life. Every voice that shamed me, every identity that rooted in fear, every script you learn to survive. And you fight him at first, not because of love, Not because you love religion, but because you don't yet know how to live without it. So I wrestle with God. Ask him why? Why do I need to stop doing that? And I remember I told Jesus what I said. Jesus, I will not stop one prayer, but I will do conversation, then I will pray. And Jesus said, if that's what makes you happy, continue doing it. You are not losing your faith. You are losing the imposter. Your grief in this chapter is real. You're saying goodbye to the person who tried so hard. You're saying goodbye to the persona that pleased everyone. I pleased everyone so that I can have friends. It still did not work. You're saying goodbye to the warrior who carried burdens silently. You're saying goodbye to the servant who never felt like a child. You're saying goodbye to the Christian who never felt truly safe with God. But heaven celebrates this moment. The imposter is dying. The real you is emerging. Love is replacing fear. And you aren't losing God. You are losing everything that kept you from him. So, the Father speaks into the unraveling. Listen to what he says in the destruction, the construction. My child, you don't have to impress me anymore. Papa is telling you that. You don't have to perform for my love. You don't have to pretend strength. I delight in the you that cries. I delight in the you that questions. I delight in the you that doubt. I delight in the you that needs me. I delight in everything about you. Bring it to me. That is what he wants. The one that knows that you are loved, whatever way you are. So I hope this chapter has been a blessing to you. So this chapter is where walls come down and vulnerability becomes the bravest act of worship. You are being reborn into authenticity, honesty, belovedness, simplicity, intimacy, rest. This is the real transformation. Not becoming a better version of the imposter, but becoming the version God originally created. So as we close this chapter, it's hot, it's messy, it feels like failure, but this is freedom. You are shedding the old wineskin so the new wine can finally fill your soul. Welcome to the moment you stop pretending and start becoming. You're not losing anything God ever meant for you. You're losing what was never you. God bless. See you in chapter 5.